Title 683, Election Law, Voting, Permanent Absentee Ballot List, Ballot Drop Boxes, and Report.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have an amendment at the desk. It is amendment number 253726/1.
Amendment number 1.
Move so much be considered the reading of the amendment, Madam Speaker.
So ordered.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's another bill that's similar to this. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same bill, but I don't believe that it is. This bill, Election Law, Voting, Permanent Absentee Ballot List, Ballot Drop Boxes, and Report. As you can imagine, it establishes a permanent absentee ballot list and drop boxes all over the state. And so in the state, we currently have the ability to ballot harvest under certain circumstances. That is a fact. And what this amendment does, it's very straightforward. It literally prohibits ballot harvesting. The amendment prohibits ballot harvesting, and for all of those individuals in the state who have issues filling out their ballots because they're unable to fill them out and they need assistance, or they need assistance getting those ballots to the ballot drop boxes or to the local boards of election, in those cases, the local election board will send someone to assist that individual and pick up their ballot. So therefore, we don't have a need for ballot harvesting because we use the employees of the local election board to assist those individuals who we often hear, there are lots of them, and maybe there are, that way they get the help that they need from the local election board to fill out their ballot, and then the local election board at the same time will take that ballot on their behalf and drop it off at the ballot at the local election board or the ballot drop box, whichever is convenient for them. It's a very straightforward amendment. And I did a previous amendment like this, but it was not drafted properly, which is why I'm doing this amendment the right way, so that we once and for all get rid of ballot harvesting, and we once and for all secure the chain of custody of the ballot, which ballot harvesting causes. And we know that throughout 2020, that this was a huge issue with half of the country. And I can tell you it is a huge issue in Calvert County, Madam Speaker. Huge. People want to know that elections are secure. We don't have voter ID, but since this bill expands ballot drop boxes across the state and has a permanent absentee ballot, we are literally enabling ballot harvesting with the bill. So the amendment says no ballot harvesting. That's done, putting the kibosh on that, and at the same time, that if you need help, then someone from the local election board will come and assist you to fill out the ballot and pick that ballot up for you because you can't get to the ballot drop box. So I think this really cleans up the bill, doesn't change the intent of the bill, but it sure as heck makes things a little bit more secure. And I tell you something, it should really be a friendly amendment. And for those reasons, Madam Speaker, I move the amendment.
Subcommittee Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And to the delegate who offered the amendment, I do have a question about your amendment because I can't see it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Delegate. So I understand that your amendment is prohibiting ballot harvesting. What are you defining as ballot harvesting?
Sure. Of course, the system is locked up again. The amendment identifies ballot harvesting as a third party or any individual that goes from door to door and collects ballots, no matter the reason. And so what the amendment does is it closes that loophole and eliminates ballot harvesting as I just defined it. And then in addition to that says, hey, look, there's a local election. We all have a local election boards. So just call up the local election board. They'll send the person to your house. They'll help you fill out the ballot if you are unable to do so. And then they'll pick the ballot up from you and then take it to the local election board or the drop box. because that really was the issue. That's how it's defined. So it completely eliminates that ability of a third party other than someone from the local election board.
Thank you, Delegate.
Yes, of course.
So to the body and on the amendment, I urge the body once again to reject this amendment in regards to ballot harvesting. I've stood on this floor and said this multiple times. The way that the delegate and what the delegate is defining as ballot harvesting is already illegal under our code in Maryland. To be very clear, there are individuals in our state who do need help filling out their ballot. And we have a very clear process under penalty of perjury where someone can be a duly authorized agent to help a specific person to return their ballot to the local board. They have to sign an affidavit under the penalty of perjury and become a duly authorized agent for that person and that person only. Anything outside of that and what the delegate is defining there is illegal in Maryland. In addition to that, what the delegate is suggesting in terms of local boards helping individuals to fill out their ballots all over state, can you even imagine the burden on your local boards of election and the already numerous tasks that they have during an election to go to people's homes or help in all of the individuals in our jurisdictions that need help with filling out their ballot? That is a huge burden that would require many, many additional resources for our Board of Elections. So I think that the expense of hiring and the burden on your local Board of Elections is also why you should vote no on this amendment. I urge your no vote.
The maker of the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So the floor leader is correct. Ballot harvesting is legal. You have to be at least,
Illegal.
ballot harvesting is legal. It says it right here. Must be at least 18 years old. You can't be a candidate on the ballot. You have to be an agent of the voter, which means you just need permission in writing from the voter. So that actually is ballot harvesting. If you look at the amendment, it actually deletes that and specifies that you can no longer do that and that you have to call the election board. I certainly know this upsets some people. I can't understand why. I'm glad this is actually being recorded because I have no doubt that we're going to find out that with hundreds of drop boxes across the state, we're going to have all kinds of issues. I have no doubt. And I have also no doubt that because some are uncomfortable, it's demonstrating to me some other issue that must be out there. I'm not sure what it is, but here's what I finally was able to open the system for the floor leader. In this section, ballot harvesting means collecting a completed absentee ballot of a voter or absentee ballots of multiple voters by a third party that is not an employee of a local election board. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. So if we're asking the local election boards to spend, across the state, I have no doubt it's going to be millions of dollars to buy these drop boxes, then I don't think that it's going to be that big of a deal to spend a little extra money to hire some additional people to assist these voters who need assistance. And I'm not really certain the number is as large as we think it is, but the idea that I can call an election board member and they come to my house because I have issues with my hands, like I have really bad arthritis, and they can assist me to fill out my ballot means perfect sense to me, and then they can take the ballot and then take it, of course, to the local election board where it can be processed and counted. So to be clear, ballot harvesting is legal. It says it right here in the amendment. Under the conditions you can do it. And this bill, SB 683, actually specifies that if you're on the permanent absentee ballot list, you will be sent notification that the absentee ballot is coming. So you're sent a notification to let you know you're on the absentee ballot list, and oh, by the way, it's going to be coming really soon, the absentee ballot. So the next thing all someone would have to do is to send out a mass mailing to that absentee ballot list because it's public information, and then ask them if they need assistance, and then give them the documents they need. That's ballot harvesting. It is legal right now. This amendment makes it illegal. So, Madam Speaker, it's really this simple. A vote for this amendment means you want to ban ballot harvesting. A vote against it means you're all about it. Thank you.
On the amendment, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Roll call, Madam Speaker.
Roll call.
Madam Speaker,
Clerk will take the call. The amendment fails.